Ladies and gentlemen, on the 28th of January, earlier this year, 2023, the inter-island ferry, the MV Kaitaki, was on her normal route back from Picton. The seas were extremely rough, the waves were high, and it is in these conditions she experienced a breakdown. Her engines stopped and the rough weather started pushing her towards the land. She started drifting, and about a kilometer from these hills behind me, the anchors dropped. Had they not caught at that moment, the ship would have been in mortal danger. There were 1,000 people on board, and immediately she went into general emergency. The alarms were sounded, lifeboats were lowered to the deck, ready to receive passengers, and everyone on board was put into their life jackets.
When the first blast went off, I was in a bit of shock. It took me a second. It wasn't until the second blast went off that I really realised what was going on and started acting, but yeah, it was a lot of shock. Crew were very serious. They were straight to it. The crew that were in my assembly station were anyway. So it's very easy to sort of follow their lead in that way. Passengers, there was a bit of confusion. They didn't know if it was real or not because we had a drill 5 minutes prior. But once they kind of figured it out, it was a bit of panic on their faces. Yeah.
I was in the break room when it happened. It was me and like several other people. Adrenaline. Terrified. I don't know, the kind of like you don't know what's gonna happen, so you just like everything's running through your head. You're also trying to remember what to do because even though we do it every Saturday, just it's different to the real thing. So mainly just scared.
Did you encounter any passengers that seemed overly scared?
Yes, there were quite a few, mainly parents with younger children were very scared, didn't know what to do, asking a lot of questions, and they were in tears on the floor, like what's expected really. But there were a lot of very calm passengers as well that helped out a lot, which really helped because there was a lot of passengers on board that day.
Today the sea is still and the sky is clear. On that day, these waves were raising 6, maybe 7 meters. The sky was completely grey. Right now I can see all the way to Kaitaki Island, but then you probably couldn't see more than 20 or 30 meters from the ship. If you look above me, you should see 2 of the ship's lifeboats. These particular boats are on the starboard side. And on the 28th, they were lowered down to the deck here. These fences were removed, and the doors were opened, all ready for passengers to get in. Ship is marked with certain assembly stations. They run A to F. This is assembly station E, and the passenger would just be funneled to the closest one in an event of emergency, which indeed happened that day. And here we have the life jackets. On that day, both these life jacket compartments were opened. That door leads to a set of stairs up into the bar, which is assembly station C. And a man-made chain out of mainly passengers with instructions from crew was formed, and the life jackets were passed person to person until they reached about 200 people on the deck above.
How long was the ship broken down for?
From memory.
From memory, it was about 3.5 hours, I think. Roughly around that, but it seemed a lot longer than that to me, but yeah.
At the start, it was definitely terrifying. Everyone was all scared. They didn't know what was going on. Once we kind of all like got our life jackets on and were talking, everyone seemed to be happy, laughing, talking. Yeah, some people were a bit angry because like obviously they were stuffed inside and they couldn't get out. So we had to sort that kind of situation out. But I mean, towards the end, everyone was really happy because they got fed and they got drinks and it was chill, kind of, in the most chill way you can get, really.
So when the alarm bells first went off, we hurried to our lockers where we got our high visors and then got our crew life jackets.
I evacuated my passengers out of my lounge.
I went back to the assembly station, waited for the captain's announcement where he kind of explained what was going on and said that just in case we're to hand out life jackets and get everyone to put them on.
I then went down to my assembly station D and started helping with the handing out of life jackets.
So that's what we did. Handed them out quickly, did a demonstration, made sure everyone's life jacket was on correctly, and then we waited for some more information. Luckily, nothing really went past that.
And then I got stuck on border patrol. So I wasn't allowed to let anyone through the doors. Yeah, as much as that felt a little bit useless, but it's just for safety numbers. I just got stuck on border patrol. Had to stand there for the full 5 hours.
We did a passenger count. And yeah, it was just down to waiting and making sure everyone was okay at that point.
This is the precise location in the Cook Strait where the ship lost power that day. In the background is the south coast of Wellington, known for its very rocky perimeter, and after losing power, we were drifting and stopped about halfway to the land that you can see now.
What were your feelings when you were back on land afterwards?
A lot of relief. Saw my parents straight off the ship, so gave them a big hug.
I'm fine. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
My adrenaline was up high for quite a while afterwards, so I guess I didn't really process it fully.
It was a little bit traumatizing. I struggle with that drill sound now. I can't go through that drill without having panic.
But yeah, for a couple weeks afterwards, every single day I'd be checking online, like at the news, and like the articles written about the ship. I was kind of obsessing over it a little bit.